Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fabric Tech Talk Fridays. I'm your host, Patrick LeBlanc, and I am here with Erwin. Erwin, why don't you tell the people who you are and what you do?
Thank you, Patrick. My name is Erwin de Kruek. I'm a principal consultant working for InSpark, a Microsoft partner in the Netherlands, and I lead the data and AI team, and I'm data platform MVP as well.
And you're an MVP. Wow. All right. So, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about a Fabric metadata-driven framework. And I built something for the community. I will share the QR code later on, so you can download it from GitHub. But that framework will mostly meet all your needs. Instead of building it yourself, you have a great start, which you can use for your customers. You have full control over the design because it's open source. You can collaborate in GitHub. You don't have development efforts on top of it. And the great thing, it's a 100% Fabric native solution. So no need for extra resources.
No, and so when you say metadata driven, I'm giving it all the information it needs to create everything that I need for my solution.
Yes, and I will show you how.
All right.
Is that an idea?
Yeah, it's a great. Let's go.
So actually, the only thing you need to do, you can scan the QR code, you go to GitHub, and you will download one setup notebook. And then once you have connected that setup notebook, you can connect to the next screen, and you will open a notebook. So you only import the notebook, you create one workspace, and actually what you will see, and we will slowly go through the whole solution.
Yep.
This is the overview, the high-level design you will see or will be created afterwards. So we will create notebooks, we will create pipelines, workspaces, etc., etc. So it's an easy notebook. And the most important thing is, and I'll walk you a little bit through everything, is that you have to define all the different configuration and parameters.
Okay.
So I said extensibility, it's easy. Because you can, if you want to have a dev, test, acceptance, and production environment, you can do that. So what you have to do, you have to say, okay, I have a name, for example. My advice is always, don't make a name longer than 6 characters, because I do a lot of postfix as well to make it everything clear. There's even a data mesh domain accelerator on top of it, so that you can separate all your HR, finance, or sales domains on top of it. The different capacities you need for development or whatever.
So let me ask you a question. I see that there's is that 3 different capacities that I'm creating? I mean, that I'm using?
Yeah, so in this case, I'm using 3 different capacities. So it's the same capacity.
Sure.
But my advice is always to have a separate capacity for production and a separate one for development and one for your configuration database.
Now, is it optional? What if I want to develop it in production? Can I just have one workspace?
You can have one workspace only for production. But
Okay, you shouldn't do that.
You should not do that. No, that's not my advice. At least use the development and production environment to make sure your code is safe somewhere.
All right.
So the next step is that you actually have to define the different roles, because security is also very important. Yes. So we can directly set one role or more roles on the workspace directly. So later on you will see I will create separate workspaces for all my code.
Yep.
I will create separate workspaces for all my data. And of course, I will create a separate workspace for my configuration database where all the metadata lives. And then the last step is actually you can define your environments. And the environments are pretty simple. You can say, okay, development, if you want to create a test environment, you just copy the whole block and you create that test environment. You changed a little bit the parameters. And once you have changed all the parameters, you can start running the notebook. Very important to know in advance, because we have the connections.
Yep.
And you have to create your Fabric pipeline connection in advance and your Fabric SQL database connection in advance. So you can find these connection IDs within your admin portal, and you have to put them in there. And once you have done that, you can run the whole notebook. And the great thing is, finally, it will create a lot of code, of course, but you don't have to change anything. Even if you want to add a new environment later on, you just rerun the whole notebook, and it will only create the new workspaces or the updated pipelines from GitHub directly. So it will download all the code from GitHub.
Yep.
So you're always up to date with the latest code. It will create a workspace structure. I'll try to show it a little bit to you. Let me show you. This is not going to work perfectly, but it will create a data workspace. It will create a code workspace, and of course the gold layers as well, and of course all the data for your logging information. So if you look then into Fabric, you will see that you have a lot of workspaces over here. So you have the code workspace for development and production, your data workspaces, where you will store all your lake houses. So a data landing zone, bronze and silver, so the medallion architecture.
Yeah.
And of course, all the gold layer structure. So going back to that notebook, what I said, it will create all the different lake houses, the workspaces, and everything is in there. And at the end of the session, it will automatically create all your data, your metadata into your Fabric
I
database.
was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, so we have a workspace over here with a configuration. It's very simple. We have that framework, so the data is in there. There are even pipelines in the solution to help you to extract your source data, your metadata from your source system into your system. And then you will see we have a lot of integration tables over here where you can store all the data, like for example, your landing zone entities, where you can see the different metadata from your table.
Wow.
So once you have done that, you can go back to your code workspace and you can start running one of the pipelines. So what you see over here, all the pipelines and notebooks are automatically created for you.
You don't have to.
They are there.
Wow.
And the only thing you need to do is to start your main process, of course. You can rerun everything. Your bronze layer will be created. Your silver layer will be created with historical data. Everything is built in there. And you can even rerun it because there's a kind of a queuing mechanism behind the scenes for you. And then you're done. So then you will get data and you can start querying your data. You can create your shortcuts to your gold layer using MLVs.
And all materialized views.
Yeah, they are amazing.
They are amazing. They are amazing. They are amazing.
insane amazing.
Insane
amazing.
It's true.
So no, I really like the materialized lake views because it makes for users are very simple. So if you look to this, you will see directly the whole framework, all the tables, views, or stored procedures needed to run the framework. And there's also like a logging framework where we can log all the pipeline executions, the notebook executions, and all the copy activity executions. And then you can create your own semantic model on top of it to build a report.
Kind of use it like diagnostics.
Yeah.
To look at how the
So how many rows were extracted, how many rows were updated,
Yeah.
how many rows were deleted.
Wow. A full framework.
A full
And we
framework.
can go download for free.
You can download it for free. So yeah, this for free. You can use it at your customer. So scan the QR code. Don't sell it because it is like...
Don't sell it. Don't sell it.
Use it.
Use it.
And
use
of
it.
course, you can also contribute to it and we can make it together better.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time at FabCon, right? Thank you so much for taking the time. And thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, comments, you know what to do. Post it in the comments below. And as always, from Erwin and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button.
If this is your first time visiting the Microsoft Fabric YouTube channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button.
Drop a comment below on what you would like to see on the future episodes of Fabric Tech Talk Fridays.
That's it for today. See you all next Friday for another deep dive in the Microsoft Fabric.